Hello and welcome everyone to a new video on our YouTube channel. So in today's video we're going to be showing you how to replace the non-serviceable universal joints on this BMW X3, so stick around. So the issue is that we have some driveline vibrations, but we have already replaced the guibo and the center support bearing in an earlier video. So this means that the universal joints are bad. So the first thing we're going to need to do is jack the car up and put her on some jack stands and start removing the exhaust. We're going to start by unbolting the two front flanges. Then we're gonna unbolt the two hangers in the middle of the car, and we also have 4 nuts on the rear muffler. And that we removed all of those, we can drop the exhaust system down. Then we're gonna slide it out of the way to make room for us to work under the car. With the exhaust system out of the way, we're gonna remove the heat shield to expose the drive shaft. And here we have the guibo, where the drive shaft mounts to the transfer case. We're going to remove only 3 bolts that holds the drive shaft to the transfer case, and we're going to remove the guibo with the drive shaft. Now BMW uses staked universal joints which are permanently pressed in and dimpled in place, rather than held in by traditional clips. They actually suggest replacing the whole drive shaft, but you can grind the old universal joints out and replace them with new ones. And now we're going to disconnect the drive shaft from the differential. Then we remove the 2 nuts holding the center support bearing and we remove the drive shaft. Then we loosen the nut that holds the 2 pieces of drive shaft together. So we're going to be drilling those 6 dimples that are holding the universal joint in place. We're gonna use the drill bit to grind the dimples out. We're not gonna be drilling through them. We're gonna be grinding all the faces of the universal joints, so we have 8 faces to grind in order to remove the caps of the universal joints. We're gonna use this bent extension as a punch and start hammering on the universal joint. Just like that, you can see the universal joints start to press out. Now, once we have it deep enough, we're gonna stick a punch on the back side of it on the cap directly and hammer the cap out. And this way we freed the universal joint from its cap. As you can see now, there's clearance between the universal joint and the cap, and we can remove the cap straight away. Now we're hammering the universal joint in the opposite direction, pushing the other cap out of the way. Now we freed it up again, and we're gonna use the punch on the cap to remove it. We put the punch on the cap directly behind the yoke and we hit on it, pressing the cap out of its place. So now that we have the small yoke freed from the universal joint, we're gonna mark it where it lines up with the drive shaft so we do not interrupt its balance, and to put it back in its place. We're gonna make sure to mark both the drive shaft and the yoke. With that done, we're gonna continue on the other side of the universal joint. With some grinding and hammering, we're gonna remove the rest of the caps of the universal joint and remove it out. As you can see, we are only shaving the dimples out. And just like that, we removed the first cap and we freed the universal joint from the other cap, and now we can pull it out. We're gonna make sure to mark clear marks on both sides of the drive shaft where the universal joint was and where the yokes are and its direction. We removed the other side of the drive shaft off camera, and here we have the other yoke out. We're gonna make sure to mark it where it was before. So now with a fine stone, we're gonna file and deburr the edges of the yoke where the dimples were and where it needs to be inserted. We're gonna make sure that all the surfaces are smooth and clean, ready for the new universal joints on both the drive shafts and the yokes. Guys, so here we got the new universal joints. Here we have some snap rings, but we're not going to be using them because there is no channel on our yokes because it was a press fit. Now a very important tip is that you need to pay attention to the needles inside of the caps so that they won't fall out when installing the new ones in. We remove two caps of the universal joint, set it inside the drive shaft, then install the caps on the outside of it, making sure we do not drop or misalign any of the needle bearings. We're gonna use a small C-clamp to start pressing them in place. Then we're gonna continue the job on the vise, pressing them in. We're gonna use a socket that is the same size as the cap and press it in until it's fully seated and the universal joint is centered in the drive shaft. Once we have the universal joint installed in the drive shaft, we're gonna install the yoke on it and press the other caps in. We suggest taking the drive shaft to a balance shop in order to weld the universal joints in and balance the drive shaft after replacing the universal joints. This way we make sure that the drive shaft is perfectly balanced and the job is perfectly and professionally done. As you saw guys, we took the drive shaft to the balance shop where they tack welded the universal joints in and they balanced the whole drive shaft, making sure that the job is professionally done. All we have to do now is install the grease zerks on the universal joints and grease them up. We're gonna use this small grease gun to do the job, making sure we use high quality bearing grease. We're gonna keep pumping grease until we see some grease popping out of the seals. This way we are sure that the whole universal joint is filled up. We're also gonna do the other side, filling the other universal joint until it starts pumping out grease. Gonna add some grease to the splines of the drive shaft, then install the other piece of the drive shaft on it. Thread on the nut that holds the two pieces of drive shaft together. Then we can go under the car and start installing the drive shaft back in its place. The assembly is the reverse of the disassembly. We're gonna install the drive shaft back in its place. We're gonna tighten the guibo to the transfer case using the transmission to keep it from spinning. Then we're gonna slap the heat shield back in its place and start sliding the exhaust under the car. We're gonna line it up in its place, then jack it up and start installing it to the hangers. After we install the hangers, we install the two flanges back on. Just like that, guys, we have reached the end of today's video and we showed you how to replace and service the unserviceable universal joints. Now this job is applied to any BMW that has this type of universal joints. Hopefully you enjoyed the video and learned a couple of stuff along the way. If you did, make sure to subscribe to our channel, like the video and leave a comment down below. See you on the next one. Peace.